Oh.
O Block, from the most dangerous gangster neighborhood to a complex of converts illuminated by the light of Islam. The Diego apartment complex was once known as one of the most dangerous areas in the United States, with a high crime rate. This place was a hub for gang activities, drug transactions, and armed violence. Located at Block 6400 South Martin Luther King Drive, O Block even had a terrifying reputation among local residents. There was a common saying, "If you're not armed, don't dare come here." Gang clashes that ended in shootings, murders, rapes, and drug trafficking were everyday scenes on the streets of O Block. However, in 2022, data from the Chicago Police Department showed a 10% decrease in homicide cases and a 17% drop in shootings. The question is, what caused this change? Amid uncertainty and chaos, Islam emerged, not with grand propaganda, but through individuals bringing real change. Some former gang members began seeking a way out of their dangerous lives and found peace in Islam. They discovered Islam through friends who had already converted, Islamic lectures on social media, or interactions with the Muslim community in Chicago. Islam offered something they had long been missing: discipline, meaning in every action, and hope for a better future. The concept of brotherhood in Islam provided an alternative to gang loyalty, which often ended in betrayal and death. They learned about the 5 daily prayers, which taught them discipline, the halal and haram concepts, which kept them away from crime, and the importance of preserving personal and family honor. Over time, small mosques began to appear, and the Muslim community in O Block continued to grow. Those who were once feared gangsters became role models, guiding young people away from street life. These converts started dressing more modestly, replacing vulgar words with prayers and remembrance of God, and spending their time studying religion and working toward a better life. The change that occurred did not instantly eliminate all problems, but its impact was significant. Some young men who were once involved in violence became examples for others. Those who once carried weapons now carried the Quran and invited others to pray together. Not only that, but social changes in O Block also became evident. Mosques that were once empty began to fill up, religious discussions became more frequent, and community solidarity grew stronger. Islam provided a new way for former gang members to channel their energy through social activities, halal businesses, and education. Although there were still major challenges, O Block was no longer just known as a dangerous zone. Islam had brought hope to those who once felt they had no choice but to live in violence. Now, amid the occasional sound of gunfire, there was also the call to prayer, inviting people back to the right path. Among the graffiti-covered streets, there were now homes filled with sacred verses. And among those who once felt hopeless, there were now individuals finding purpose in prostration and prayer. Islam in O Block was not just a trend but proof that even in the harshest places, light could still penetrate darkness. A viral video showed a group of Muslims in O Block performing congregational prayers in the courtyard of an apartment complex, better known as Parkway Gardens. Besides being infamous for its crime rates, this area also produced many rappers who dominated the American music industry. One of the most famous was Lil Durk. Lil Durk declared himself a Muslim, following in the footsteps of his father, Big Durk, who had converted to Islam earlier and was now active in Islamic preaching. Both had inspired many people in O Block to become interested in Islam. This growing interest became even more evident when an Islamic preacher, Sheikh Uthman, visited O Block and successfully converted at least 3 people in a single visit. A transformation reminiscent of Umar ibn Khattab. The transformation in O Block reminds us of the story of Umar ibn Khattab. Once a fierce opponent of Islam, his heart was eventually softened by God, making him one of Islam's greatest leaders. Similarly, Islam was transforming the hearts of Blok. Hearts once filled with hatred and violence were now becoming peaceful and full of hope. However, Blok's transformation was just one example of Islam's growth in Chicago. The city's Muslim population comes from diverse backgrounds: India, Pakistan, the Middle East, North Africa, Southeast Asia, and Eastern Europe. Chicago's Muslim population now stands at 350,000 people, approximately 5% of the city's total population, surpassing even the Jewish and other ethnic communities. Among Chicago's Muslim community, the African American group plays a vital role. Despite differences in culture and language, Muslims in the city unite under the values of the Quran and Sunnah. During worship and special occasions like Ramadan, they set aside differences to strengthen Islamic brotherhood. Muslims' economic and educational contributions in Chicago. Economically and educationally, Chicago's Muslim community has made significant contributions. A survey revealed that the Indo-Pakistani community is among the most educated in the U.S. 16% are doctors. 33% are engineers, 44% hold degrees in medicine. Overall, 84% of them are college graduates, with incomes higher than the American average. In architecture, two of Chicago's most iconic skyscrapers, John Hancock Center and Sears Tower, were designed by a Muslim architect, Dr. Fazlur Rahman. Similarly, in healthcare, it is difficult to find a hospital without the presence of Muslim doctors or nurses. In manufacturing and technology, Muslims have become an integral part of the U.S. production and distribution system. Islam's role in rehabilitation and politics. Islam also plays a crucial role in rehabilitating prisoners, guiding them back to the right path. Many convert to Islam behind bars, and once released, they do not return to crime. Politically, the Muslim community also holds significant influence. Since 1980, the number of Muslims in Chicago has surged, making their votes crucial in mayoral elections. Their presence can no longer be ignored. Despite ethnic and cultural differences, Chicago's Muslims remain united and uphold harmony in society. They welcome anyone interested in learning about Islam, without coercion. Living peacefully alongside others reflects the true values of Islam, paving the way for a safer and more prosperous community. Blok, from crime capital to a symbol of change. Today, Blok is not just known as a center of crime but as a symbol of transformation in the face of adversity. Islam has brought hope and an escape for those searching for meaning in life. However, in the broader U.S. landscape, Islam is not always viewed positively, especially during Donald Trump's presidency. During his election campaign, Trump openly expressed anti-Islamic sentiments and proposed policies targeting the Muslim community. One of his most controversial policies was a travel ban on individuals from several Muslim-majority countries, including Gaza, Libya, Somalia, Syria, Yemen, and others that he deemed a national security threat to the United States. Does this mean Donald Trump is panicking because Islam is rapidly growing in America? Well, this brings us to the end of our session today. Hopefully, this video can inspire and benefit all of us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss any new videos full of wisdom from Hikmah Islam.